Episode 4. The rain did not stop that night. It poured endlessly across the city, soaking the streets, flooding gutters, and washing away the noise of the evening crowd. Under the weak glow of a streetlight, Adaora sat alone. Cold, wet, shivering. Her expensive apartment was gone. Her luxury life had disappeared so quickly that even now, part of her still struggled to believe it was real. Only a few weeks earlier, she had lived above the city in glass towers and expensive silence. People opened doors for her. Her name carried importance. Her presence demanded attention. Now, no one even looked at her twice. Her clothes were no longer elegant. The blazer she once wore proudly was wrinkled and damp from rain. Her hair, once perfectly styled, clung messily to her face. Beside her sat 2 travel bags, the last pieces of a life that no longer existed. Cars sped past, splashing dirty water onto the roadside. Nobody stopped. Nobody cared. For the first time in years, Adaora truly understood what loneliness felt like. Not the kind that comes from being alone in a big apartment, but the kind that strips away pride and leaves a person face to face with themselves. That night, she slept outside. Not because she wanted to, because she had nowhere else to go. Morning came slowly. Adaora woke to the sound of movement around her. Street vendors were already setting up. Pedestrians walked past with hurried steps, too busy with their own lives to notice her. Her body ached. Her stomach burned with hunger. She checked her phone instinctively. No messages. No missed calls. The battery soon died completely. And somehow, that felt symbolic. As though the last connection to her old life had finally gone dark. At first, Adaora tried to hold on to dignity. She told herself it was temporary. Something will happen, she whispered. I'll fix this. But days passed. Nothing changed. The few people she reached out to either ignored her or made excuses. One former friend sent a short reply. I can't help you right now. That was all. No concern. No sympathy. After everything they once shared. Adaora stared at the message for a long time before slowly putting the phone away. That was the moment she truly understood. The world that once celebrated her had moved on without her. Hunger soon became stronger than pride. At first, she tried selling the few valuables she had left. Her jewelry. Her watch. Even the designer handbag she once protected so carefully. But the money disappeared quickly. Food. Transportation. Cheap places to sleep for a night or two. Then eventually, nothing remained. The city became colder after that. Not because of the weather. Because people looked through her as if she no longer existed. Adaora wandered through crowded streets carrying the same bags that had now become too heavy for her tired body. Sometimes she sat quietly near roadside food stalls, pretending not to stare at people eating. The smell alone tortured her. There were nights she drank only water just to silence the pain in her stomach. And each day, her reflection changed. The confidence in her face faded. The sharp elegance disappeared. Exhaustion replaced it. Reality replaced it. Then came the day she never imagined possible. Adaora stood by the roadside, watching strangers pass. Her hands trembled slightly. Her throat tightened. Every part of her resisted what she was about to do. But hunger does not care about pride. Slowly, almost unwillingly, she stretched out her hand. Please, she whispered softly. The words nearly broke her. Some people ignored her completely. Others glanced briefly before walking away. A few dropped coins without even looking at her face. Each moment felt like another piece of her dignity falling apart. Then one afternoon, something worse happened. A man stopped in front of her suddenly. He stared closely. His eyes widened. "Wait, aren't you Adaora?" Her body stiffened immediately. People nearby turned. Recognition spread quickly. The woman from the internet. The one who denied her mother. Whispers began. Then laughter. Not loud at first, but enough. Enough to cut deep. Adaora lowered her face, wishing the ground would open beneath her. The man shook his head slowly. "See how life works." And then he walked away, leaving those words behind like a wound. After that day, the shame became unbearable. Everywhere she went, it felt as though eyes followed her. Judging, remembering, mocking. The city that once praised her success now used her downfall as entertainment. One evening, exhausted and hungry, Adaora sat near a small roadside shop while light rain drizzled from the sky. Two women stood nearby, speaking quietly. At first, she paid no attention, until she heard one of them say, "That's her." The other woman looked closely. "The one who denied her mother." "Yes. Look at her now." A short silence followed. Then came the words that shattered what little strength she had. "See how pride ended." Adaora froze. Something inside her finally cracked. Not anger. Not frustration. Pain. Pure, unbearable pain. Tears filled her eyes instantly. She tried to hold them back, but she couldn't. For the first time since everything began, Adaora cried openly. Not the controlled tears of embarrassment. Not silent tears hidden in darkness. This was different. This was the cry of someone who had finally lost the battle against themselves. She covered her face as her shoulders shook violently. Every memory returned at once. Her mother's voice. Her mother's tears. Her mother reaching out to her with love, only to be pushed away. And suddenly, for the first time in a very long time, Adaora stopped blaming the world. She stopped blaming bad luck. Stopped blaming betrayal. Stopped blaming the viral video. Because deep down, she finally understood something painful. Everything began the day she broke her mother's heart. The rain continued falling softly around her as she sat there crying. And then, through the pain, one thought entered her mind clearly. Simple. Powerful. My mother. Adaora slowly lifted her head. Her breathing uneven. Her eyes swollen with tears. For the first time in years, she no longer cared about status, or shame, or what people would think. She only wanted one thing: to see her mother again. That night, Adaora sat awake under the dim city lights, unable to sleep. And before morning came, she made a decision. She would return to the village, no matter what waited for her there. Even if her mother rejected her, even if the entire village mocked her, she had to go back. Because deep inside, she already knew the truth. The only person who might still open a door for her was the same woman she once abandoned. As the first morning bus prepared to leave the city, Adaora stood silently beside the road holding her worn bags tightly. Broken, ashamed, afraid, but finally ready to go home. Thank you for staying. Don't forget to comment and subscribe to this channel for more unfolding stories and to get notified once the next episode drops. Bye. See you in my next episode.